This would be a good time to ingest some extra caffeine. Late night adventures on the gridiron, and we all know anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to Monroe, Louisiana, home to the ULM Warhawks. As we'll see, the winners of 4 straight, the Tulane Green Wave, taking on another team from the Sun Belt, the UL Monroe Warhawks. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Warhawks will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So the Tulane Green Wave offense takes the field, and they'll have the ball first. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. And it wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in rhythm. They're going to have to find some creative ways to get him off his spots and make him feel uncomfortable.
He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. So UL Monroe's offense will get the ball for the first time. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he...
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago, this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often and create some indecision. Nice job getting a sack early in this football game.
The Warhawks with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it, and what a missed opportunity early in this football game. And the Warhawks will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He'll field the punt and take it back. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Roberts. And that's a very productive 1st down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a 1st down at the 43. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Caught behind the line. It's McClure. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Back in motion. Try to clear the picture. 2nd down. They'll go to the air. Caught in the backfield. It's McClure. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Tulane comes to the line. Lots of work to do on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man on the right. That'll be enough for the 1st down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Makes the catch, and he's brought down. Guys, let's take a second here and talk about Tulane. Good pickup on the recruiting trail just last week. 3-star defensive back. A guy that could be a bit of a diamond in the rough, but that type of talent is what they need to build that secondary.
Man, yeah, and this is a program they're trying to build something. They're trying to climb to that next level, and this is how you do it. You get players that your school can go out and get, and now you let them play, start to develop, and turn into something great.
He's looking to throw. And it's incomplete on third down. Fourth down and 4 yards to go. The offense will try to get it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on fourth down.
And the offensive line has to do a better job protecting their man. It's fourth down. He needs some time to make a play. The defense brings the blitz, beats the offensive line, and gets the big sack.
Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. They went 3 and out on their first possession. Now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Fires to the middle. And that is incomplete. So now it's 2nd and long. Pulls and fires complete.
When these wide receivers work the middle of the field, so much of this is feel. Understanding where the holes are in the zone, or understanding how to get leverage on a man. And these wide receivers are dangerous nowadays because they do it so fast and see that so quick and make those plays over the middle.
The Warhawks will snap it on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quickly complete. Each brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Looking for a man, it's Royer. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming. Trying to pick up a first down. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Warhawks will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Looking for space. It's McClure. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Got the back over the middle. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15. Tulane right back to the line. They built this offense around finding mismatches and just get the ball to the back and let him do his thing.
Yeah, it didn't have to be long down the field. Like it threw right near the line of scrimmage, but you know I got a guy, when he gets in space, he can make big plays happen. Nice decision by the QB.
Just a short pass to the tight end.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Find some fresh air. Inside the 25. There he goes. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Green Wave hoping that huge run puts momentum on their side. Might as well give it to him again. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Pressure coming. Touchdown, Tulane. Fit it in the window for the score. That dude's really big. How in the world did they lose him?
Because down here he does a lot of blocking, and you play a lot of man coverage in the red zone. And what do? You peek in the backfield, and you lose the big fella. I don't know how he lost that big of a guy, but he lost him, Reese.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
They've been talking about this one all week inside the MAC, guys. Let's give you a quick recap of how it went down. Toledo notched a victory in enemy territory. And though it wasn't a dominant win, I'd argue any win away from the Glass Bowl is worth its weight in gold to the Rockets. Guys, I look at the preseason coaches poll and compare it to where the MAC is right now, and man, what a difference.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. We've reached the break, and it's Tulane on top. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Quarterback on the keeper. Now after that run, they're in pretty good shape at the 30-yard line. The Warhawks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Tries to surge ahead on the sneak. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Fires to the wideout. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To throw, it's Royer. Here's the pressure. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. They'll go to the ground. He made the first guy miss, but there were too many dudes coming to help, and they stopped him behind the line. And the Warhawks decide to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Gives it on the option. He's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Oh, and he took a shot as he threw that one away. Tulane now facing 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go. Complete to the right. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Touchdown, Green Wave. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
If I'm a play caller nowadays, man, I want more guys like this. Just versatility. You can see he can catch it out of the backfield like a wide receiver, or he can run it. Nice job catching the football with his hands, using his speed to do the rest and get into the end zone.
Getting set for the point after. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with a big play. 68 yards on the touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Takes a handoff. It's Etienne. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Warhawks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. To the air, it's Royer. Working that left side now. He'll get a fresh set of downs, stopped at the 31-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 31.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35.
solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Got a little space. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Warhawks want to pick up the tempo. He'll pull it on the read. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. The Warhawks are flying down the field.
And I feel like the option is a play that this guy can run in his sleep. He's constantly making the right decision, so I love it here. 3rd down, putting it on him to do the right thing. He had to keep the football there. The defense took everybody else away. It was open for him, so he's able to just pick up enough to keep this drive moving, keep the sticks rolling.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it.
A very productive play until it was wiped out by that penalty, and they'll go back to work. Running back searching for a hole. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Warhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Makes the catch. It's Nicholas. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Back to pass on 2nd down. Got his man quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Green Wave trying to move the chains on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And the throw out to the sideline for just a few yards. And here comes the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. ULM Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Got his man downfield. Nice pickup there, gets him the 1st down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Royer. Unloads it left. And the incomplete pass was just too hot to handle. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Give to the back. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Catch in the middle, it's Ware. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a first at the 29. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires downfield. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Throws to the wideout. Oh, it's picked off. Returns it inside the 30 to the 29. And after the interception, they'll try to cash it in with a score.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season, just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He'll start this drive going to the air. Hauls it in. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the 1st down. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. Second down, they'll go to the air. Snagged in the middle, it's Roberts. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45. Wants to go up top on first down. Fires to the big fella.
He came into this year with big expectations. Everybody expecting him to stat it up. And now with that last completion, he's already over 2,000 yards passing for the season.
Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
And really good job getting to the quarterback. That's priority number one, trying to get pressure on him, get him to the ground as a bonus. They had 6 sacks in their last game. They got to keep building on that number if they want to keep stacking wins.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. They kick it away on fourth down. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Royer. Going to try to get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Going to sling it on second down. Caught near the sticks. It's Coffee. They'll immediately call timeout. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. Looking to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Etienne. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line. Warp speed for second down. Back to pass. Makes the grab. It's Ware. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. It's a first down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up-tempo. Wants to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. And wait, it's just second down, and the field goal kicker's out. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, you've had yourselves one great broadcast so far today there in Monroe. And we'd be remiss if we didn't start this halftime report by giving props to this superstar tight end. He's been almost, you know what, check that. He has been unguardable with that unusual blend of speed, size, hands, and route running. He is a pick-your-poison kind of player. And just like that, let's head back to our team inside Malone Stadium.
About to start here in the second half, Tulane will kick it away. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one, put your best plays together, start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
Bring in the heat. Tackle is made at the 25-yard line, and that'll bring up a fourth down. The Warhawks line up to punt it away. This will be the 5th kick of the night. Now on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And back to the air on second down. A little screen to the running back. Turning it on. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
That's a first down for the offense.
They'll try the run. Powers through the defender. And a 9-yard gain on first down leaves them with second and short.
Brings up second down.
They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Tulane lines up on third and short. Got it looking for a first. Really nice job to convert that third down, and they've got it at the 33. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. He'll do it himself. Makes it past the marker. They stripped it out. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. Second down after the offense recovered its own fumble. On the run, it's McClure. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Green Wave working with a fresh set of downs. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. From the red zone, looking for a man. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. A first down run on the doorstep. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick its way to the end zone. Forges ahead for one to the 8-yard line. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. From the gun, wants to pass. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be fourth down. And the field goal unit is on the field. No good. Missed the field goal. Missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. Fires to the big fella. He gets across the 25, steered out of bounds at the 26. And the Warhawks in a good spot here with second and short. He'll keep it himself. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Quickly to the tight end. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. Looking to throw, it's Royer. He's got him in the flat. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down. The Warhawks can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll send the tight end in motion. Quarterback on the keeper. Oh, he's got some space. Good pickup there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. After an abysmal first half, goose egg on the scoreboard, the offense trying to find itself. It's first down. Punch it out of the air. They make the stop right at the 30-yard line, but it's a 10-yard pickup and a first down. To the air on first down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Takes the handoff. It's Etienne. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's third and long. off the play fake. Unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete as he tried to thread that needle to the back corner of the end zone. They'll play it safe and try for 3. And he's got to find the right combination of distance and accuracy from the right hash and 45 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. Now the lead is down to 11.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
And he's going to try to return this one. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Got the quick pass. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. The Green Wave with plenty of options here on 2nd and short.
Second down.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd and short, the power run here. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33. We'll see if they have enough time to get another snap before the clock hits 0. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Hand off from the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. A 3rd down try for the offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains.
Good enough for a first down.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. This offense has done a good job on this drive, taking time off the clock as they come up on 2nd down. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And they have converted their first 2 3rd down opportunities, but this one a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna take a shot. Makes the grab inside the 30. He'll come through on 3rd down as he's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes Tulane after picking up the 1st down. Gonna run it. It's McClure. There he goes. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Green Wave working with a fresh set of downs. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here. They'll ride the hot hand. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. He's got it on the move. He's stopped just short of the goal line, but they'll have it 1st and goal from the 1. They'll try to get it in with the run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Green Wave. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
And a lot of times late in football games, you'll see offenses get really, really conservative with the lead. I like how this offense didn't go against the clock. They stayed within themselves. They stayed true to who they were. And now, big-time advantage, big-time lead, up by 17 in the 4th quarter.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Florida Atlantic delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the American. Trust me when I say the party is on in Boca. Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still two quality programs. Proof the sport is as healthy as ever.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. To the air, it's Royer. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. He'll pull it on the read. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Tulane looking to put one on the board from the red zone. He'll do it himself. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Offense breaks the huddle on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And for the 2nd time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, 4th quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest this way, and we looking pretty good.
From inside the 10, here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quick release on the RPO. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Warhawks can really attack on this 2nd and short. Using his legs, it's Speedy. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure. Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tulane! With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
You know, this guy's had a big role in this offense this year, especially when they get down close to the end zone. That's his 5th rushing touchdown on the year. He's been a factor for these guys offensively.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The give to the back. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Knocked down after picking up 5 out to the 24. The Warhawks are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Looking downfield, it's Royer. Finds the tight end. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a first down. Quick strike complete. And the big fella couldn't elude the quarterback who makes a sure tackle. Clock stops and we've reached the 2-minute timeout. This offense looking for anything to cut into this big lead. To the air on second down. Complete. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. And the Warhawks will snap it on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. All kinds of time in the pocket. Down the middle it goes. So close to that end zone. He could almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
The Warhawks trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, ULM.
Yeah, and listen, that is awesome to see the guys continue to fight, continue to keep competing, because this game is over. Like, we don't need to fool y'all. We're not trying to get y'all to stick around and improve ratings. Like, the game's over, but you're continuing to fight. You powered in for the touchdown, and show your kids that we're going to always fight no matter what the score is.
And the extra point gets them a little closer at 31-10. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them.
31, ULM 10.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Running the read option to the left. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. They go to the ground. Plows through the defense. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line. Oh, that was a pretty rough showing there by this team. Just couldn't find a way to get things going and come up with the win.
Just got outplayed, Reese. There were moments in this game. There were plays to be had and plays to be made. At the end of the day, they just did not execute well enough in any of the 3 phases on any side of the football. So, David, moving forward, a lot to take away from this game as they try to improve.
A lot to take away and a lot to learn from. I mean, losses definitely hurt. They sting, but a lot of times most teams refocus and they get a sense of urgency now that they got a loss in that column. So watch the tape, watch what you need to improve on, and go attack it in practice.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.